So, what did we learn today? Well, number one, I switched some stuff around and I found out a little bit better what works for me, what doesn't work for me. I spoke to some of the judges. They gave me their feedback and I'm taking everything to heart. The one thing I love about bodybuilding is that you're constantly learning and evolving and, figuring out who you are in the sport. I'm a taller bodybuilder. I'm 6 foot. I did this show. I came in at 209, 210. I started out the week at 220. And, once I dropped my water, 10 pounds, which is usually about right for me. That's about what I usually drop. Right now, I came back from the night show. I'm done for the day, thank God. I came in 3rd place in the open heavyweights in a really good show. Everybody was in shape. I really felt like I placed where I deserved to place. To the gentlemen that beat me, one of them being a friend of mine from back in the day from Staten Island, Ty, good for you. Congratulations. You deserved your win. And you know what? I'm all super ecstatic for anyone that legitimately beats me on the field. And, we both did our thing. We both worked out. We both trained for this. And you know what? The chips fell where they did. And I have a lot of respect for my fellow competitors. The guy that came in 1st place, totally deserving, was a really good heavyweight. Again, hopefully down the road we'll meet up again. And hopefully I'll just keep banging away and hopefully give you a little bit of competition. The guy's a little bit shorter than me. At 6 foot, I'm a legitimate super heavyweight. But right now, my weight being what it is, I've got really good shape, but I need to fill out more. One of the judges told me she would like to see me get bigger and leaner, which is, wow, that's like Christmas. It's a tough balancing act, but that's what I need to do. So I've got a show this weekend coming up again where I'm going to take what I learned from this show and I'm going to ramp it up and, apply some of the things that I learned and switch things around. Again, I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend who really is my support. She does all my tanning. She puts up with my grumpy moods around the house. She gives me a lot of support. Without her, I can honestly say I could not do what I do. A strong base is really important in this sport. Secondly, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Duke. Cliff, I didn't see you in the audience. If I did, you are my brother. I would have dropped everything to come over because I was actually really looking forward to seeing you. I was kind of upset that I didn't see you. I was kind of figuring that you were going to come to the night show. So when I got your text, I was like, oh my God, but I called you and I'm apologizing again on tape because you know what? That's, you know how we are. You are my brother. And I got to say, I appreciate you coming out and coming down to see me and supporting. And thank you so much. And you know what? We will get together. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we're supposed to go down to Vic. So, I'll probably videotape that too. Lastly, I'd like to say thank you to Victor Martinez. Victor and I have been friends for many years now. And when Victor first turned pro, the first thing that I thought was, well, he's still cool with me now. But eventually when, he starts to realize that he's like, one of the top guys in the planet, he probably won't be able to hang out with us anymore. His attitudes are probably changing. That has never happened. Victor, no matter where I am, always drops whatever he's doing to come over and say hi to me. Always kind of makes me feel like, you know what, like none of that matters and we're just boys. And you know what, thank you so much, Victor. I appreciate it. I said to you on tape that I was super proud of you for everything that you achieved this year at the Olympia, especially going through what you had been going through. I don't want to bring it back up because you keep hearing it over and over. But you know what, Victor, on a personal level, you're an inspiration to all of us, because a champion is not made when things are going in their favor. What shows the essence of a champion is when they have to face that adversity and how they react to it and how they handle it. And that is what makes somebody really, really the person that, that they are. So thank you for the inspiration. I really appreciate it. And that's it. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
So here are some of the pictures from the night show. And so it's kind of cool that I've got a few decent references to look at. I could actually look at myself objectively, and you know, because when you're on stage, obviously it's really tough for you to do that. So I can see that I definitely needed to come down more, you know, definitely in warm-up shape for this show. You know, things like my hamstrings need to be a little bit deeper. My glutes, obviously, it's going to take at least a year to hit, you know, fill it in. This shot really doesn't do my back any justice, but if you saw the posing videos, then you can kind of tell that. You know, this picture is a perfect example of, you know, how I'm looking at myself and I think I'm a little bit narrow in the shoulders, so I need to bring that up this year. So, you know, it's really good. I'm glad that I have some references to kind of allow me to objectively study my physique. And I mean I think I could use a little bit more sweep in the quad, you know, but all in all, not a bad first outing. So I've got some surprises in store for the next show, so we'll see. Alright.
Alright, so really quickly, this is my third place at the 2009 Brooklyn Grand Prix in the men's open heavies. So that's where I placed for my first warm-up. And the way things look now, I think I've got a little surprise in store for the Gold Coast and for the Easterns. So I'm going to keep that on the wraps for now, but I'll let you guys in on it the closer I get to the show. So stay tuned.